Okay, hey everyone. I wanted to get on here and do a quick video. And the reason is I recently sent out an email to over 3,000 people asking them to help me with what it is they would like to know more about. And overwhelmingly, the answer that I got was balance. How can I improve my balance? And then behind that was strength. And then a lot of questions about menopausal symptoms and all of that. So I thought I'd jump on here. It's been a really busy day. I've been working on some new content and excited about my upcoming challenge. So if I don't have your email, you need to get on my email list, and you do that just in the direct message me or comment below, email, and I'll give you a link to get on my email list, because I'm going to send out this video in an email tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do it tonight. I'm not cooking tonight. Well, I've already cooked my supper, but I'm not cooking for you tonight, but I wanted to do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you some really simple, quick, and easy. One of the responses to the email was, can you tell me something to do in 2 minutes? I'm like, well, you can't really get strong just doing 2 minutes, but you definitely can improve your balance. So I'm going to show you some things. And what I've got here is just a step that I'm going to use in a minute. But basically, just start with just practicing standing on one foot. Now, you probably need to be barefooted, and the reason is, let me see, I'm going to turn this down a little bit so you can see my feet. But what happens when you start losing your strength and you start aging is you start losing the muscles between your bones and your feet. And so that's when you're going to start having more falls. Tomorrow I'm going to go to work and I'm going to see several people, women probably, that have had hip fractures or shoulder fractures or different things to happen because they fell. And here's what happens when you're walking along, and just say you lose your balance. Maybe you're trying to carry some things. First thing, don't ever try to carry things up steps with both hands after 60. I would say even after 55. If you don't have both your hands, if you don't have one hand to hold on and balance you, just don't do it. It's too dangerous. Just last week I had somebody, she was carrying something up a step and she fell and ended up having some serious injuries from it. So first balance routine is just standing on one foot, just standing and balancing. And if you've got good balance, which I have really good balance, and the reason I do is because I work on it. I work on doing toe raises and heel raises and this one-legged stance, okay? And I usually do it with weights in my hand, but I'm not going to confuse you with that. So you want to just start balancing on one foot, okay? It's not hard. And if you want to do some arm stuff while you're there, but just balance on one foot. And you can see my foot is just rocking, 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 all right? The other thing, stand on the other foot. Balance on that foot. So just stand there. Maybe you can do that while you're, I don't know, waiting for the coffee to make in the morning. But working on your balance is so very critical. Now, I'm going to show you another exercise to do. So you're going to stand on the one foot. Here we go. You're going to put one foot in back. You're going to tip slightly forward, and you're just going to raise that foot, and you're just going to try to balance on that one foot. Yeah, hit the love button if you're here. Thank you for joining me. And then you can do all kinds of things with your arms just to work on your balance. But I feel that in my calf. I feel it up in my thigh. I feel it in my hip. So, and then if you get, better at it, you can lean further and just raise your leg. Just do some leg lifts there, okay? And maybe even bending your knee there, okay? All right, so then you want to do that on both legs, And then another thing that's going to help with your balance is just jumping from one foot to the other, side to side. So I had several women say, I can't even raise myself off the floor. I'm like, well, just start doing some jumps. And if you can't raise yourself, then just keep doing it for a couple of weeks. And then what you'll notice is you can jump, but you can start by just going from one foot to the other, okay? All right, just back and forth. And then you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was on the phone with a potential new client today, and she said, I saw you hopscotching. She said, I can't even do it. I'm like, well, no, you can't because you haven't been doing it. But if you start doing it, then you'll get to where you can do it. Hey, Anne Marie, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Hey, Charlotte, good to see you. Hey, Kathy. Let's see who else we got on here. Okay. Thanks for showing interest. Please check your DM. Okay, I didn't put that. I guess that's something automated. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for the info. Yeah. I hope you're doing good, Dorothy. All right, let's see. We got Diane. We got Aldona. We've got, I think that's maybe your first time on here, Aldona. I'm not sure. Kathy, thank you. All right, so 3 things. It's really simple. Standing on one leg. Just standing like a, we saw some birds at the beach this week, and you know, I don't know why they like to prop on one foot. I guess to give the other one a break. All right, but just one foot and then the other. And then, you know, as you get better at it, then you can maybe start doing some leg circles. But the whole time I'm doing that, this leg and hip. But remember, one thing I didn't mention is when you're standing on that one leg, you want to lift up out of your, you don't want to kind of sink, you don't want to be sunk down. You want to be, you want to be lifted. You want everything to kind of be lifted up out of that. And I'm just watching my foot. My foot's just going crazy, all right? So that was number 1. And number 2 was just slightly bent forward. So you're going to slightly bend forward, take one foot back. If you can't raise it up off the floor yet, that's fine. But then you want to just kind of do some leg lifts. And then you want to get to where you can just hold it up there. And then maybe bend and straighten, bend and straighten. But that's number 2 on each leg. And then jumping back and forth, just like that. And then you'll get to where you can jump further. And then you'll get to where you can jump up and down. Okay, now I'm gonna give you one more. It's kind of advanced. So don't be trying this unless you have a banister on some stairs. I don't have a banister, so I've got this chair pulled here, but you're gonna step up on the step with your forefoot, so just the front part of your foot, and you're gonna come up like this, and then you're just gonna balance on that one foot. So I'm not using the banister unless I need it. So I'm gonna be up here, and I'm just gonna hold, 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 and that is really working my foot. And then I'll switch and do the other foot, and I'm gonna hold. So if you have stairs in your house, you could do this. Just be careful, all right? And then you can do it on both feet, just kind of standing with your feet, your heels off. So you got your forefoot on there, and you're just gonna balance like that. And that's challenging, and it's good. Okay, so remember, stay tuned, keep following me, because I'm gonna be offering a new challenge here in the next couple of weeks, and it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna offer some options I haven't offered before, so let me know if it's something you're interested in, and we'll get on the phone and talk about it. But I'm only opening 25 slots, so I don't want you to miss out. I've got about 30 women in right now. We are having so much fun. We got on a Zoom last night, and just everybody talking and encouraging each other and sharing ideas and sharing new products that they're finding at the grocery store. That's part of what joining the group is going to be about. So let me hear from you. Hit the love button before you leave. I'd love to know where you're watching from, and thank you for joining me, and we'll talk soon.